Hey guys, cold.brew here, back with Diablo. There's a big patch right now in the game, so close it up, let Battle.net update. If you're on the console, close it up, let PlayStation and Xbox do their thing, and when you log back in, you'll see the changes actively in the game. Biggest ones are balance changes for all classes, and Nightmare Dungeon XP is increasing. We'll cover them in detail right now. So I will put a link down for the patch notes if you haven't seen them already. And the majority at the start is bug fixes, which I don't care. As long as they're fixing things, I can just skip through them. Gameplay fixes, I know they're changing some things to make optimizations in terms of gameplay on both PC and console, so I'm happy with that. Helping things with the local co-op. And then finally, guys, if you go down at the bottom, you'll start seeing the gameplay adjustments, which is what we all wanted to see from the start. Starting out, experience rewards significantly increase the experience awarded for completing Nightmare Dungeons and also from killing monsters, right there on the second point. Helltide chests now grant substantially more bonus experience when opened. I love that. I love running Helltide, and now I can run it on my alts and get resources that I can use on my main, but also level up my alts much faster. And then significantly increased rewarded experience from completing individual whispers. That's the side quests. Fixed an issue where no experience was awarded. That's pretty good as well. Then general, the Helltide roaming bosses will now more consistently drop higher quality loot. Love this also. The roaming bosses were very difficult for the rewards that they were giving. So hopefully it's on par with the mystery chest maybe. So mystery chest can actually give you like 4 ancestral legendaries sometimes. Players can now teleport to their Nightmare Dungeon directly through the map. Love that. I love that it saves us time, although it really removes that big world of Diablo where you would roam around with your mount to travel to the different dungeons. I know it gets old quick, so now instantly traveling to where you want to go is actually good, but there's the positives and the negatives, I guess. Weekly bonus caches from world bosses no longer have a level requirement, so no longer, if you're world tier 4, it's no longer level 80 to open them up. Love that, because you can easily go to the world boss and get the loot without really doing the damage if you're basically on a new alt, or you just still playing on your own class, right? And you happen to get the cache, right? But you had to wait to level 80, so good thing for them for changing that. We're currently working on increasing the monster and elite density of endgame content and plan to introduce the change early in season 1. So this is the developer notes. Usually they add this as a way for as flavor text in terms of, okay, but we haven't done this, but we are planning to do this in the near future, just to hint you in their direction that they are taking in terms of the density of elite game content. Because I guess it takes a lot of testing so that they don't overdo things, because I guess they're trying to get a balance between all dungeons. I don't know. I'm not a game designer, so I'm guessing that's how they went. And then balance changes. We're continuing our efforts to make all class builds feel fun and powerful with another round of balance updates. In particular, we have seen community feedback stating that basic skills aren't impactful enough in combat. Not at all. I don't even use a basic skill. These changes will not change the fundamental relationship between basic skills and core skills, but we hope that they help smooth out the leveling experience while we explore additional ways to strengthen them. We're also increasing the power of some skills that players feel lagging behind their peers. As we look forward to future updates, we're monitoring other heavily discussed topics such as minion survivability, that's for Necros. Please keep sending us your feedback and we'll see you in Sanctuary. So I went and saw all the changes. All classes are getting buffs to their own individual skills. So have that in mind. Like barbarians, they're getting everything buffed up. I'm not a barbarian. I don't really have any other class than Sork where I know what they do. So we'll be covering Sorks mostly for this part of the video. That's why I said I'll leave a link down below. Go over, check it out for your own class if you are playing, not a Sork. And yeah, thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't already, I would really appreciate it. So Sork. Spark skill, base damage increased from 8% to 10, enhanced spark and flickering spark, okay. I wouldn't really use it. Frostbolt, base damage increased, okay. Frostbolt, again, I don't really use it. The builds that are run right now, it's mostly Frost. So Firebolt, I'm hoping it's getting some kind of damage boost, and maybe I would use it, but again, it's just the enhancement, isn't it? Anyway, let's continue on. Incinerate gets a nice boost on its damage from 49% to 54. That's a 5% boost. Enhanced Incinerate damage boost by 10%. And then the Immobilize requirement reduced from 4 to 3 seconds. Fireball mana cost reduced. That's nice to 35. That makes a lot more sense, honestly, so you can spam it more. It's not as impactful as other skills are right now. It doesn't feel like it. And then Frozen Orb, initial base damage increased from 32% to 36. Explosion base damage increased. And then greater Frozen Orb chance to apply vulnerable increased to 30%. Pretty good. Blizzard base damage increased from 120 to 130%. There's currently some Blizzard builds, but they don't really use the Blizzard skill for its damage. They use it for the chill effect, which eventually leads to Frozen, and also the Ice Spikes build. Then Ice Blades, chance to apply vulnerable increased to 40%. That's really good for the Ice Blades if you are running them. Then Lightning Spear summoned Lightning Spear's maximum damage bonus increased to 160% from 100. Never used the Lightning Spear, but I think I used it in one of the betas. I think the Lightning Spear can pierce through enemies, and that could lead to something, but I wonder in terms of like big AoE damage potential with that kind of lightning build. Crackling Energy base damage increased to 20%. Crackling Energy, people think that it's not really worth it, so I wonder if this is going to be the change that we're looking for. I'll have to test them out, but it's not easy to test things out with the amount of gold that we have currently in the game. Like, it's just changing your build takes like 20 to 30 million. And I'm not even going to talk about, upgrading your items and changing up the legendary powers. Freezing Wake base damage increased from 60% to 110%. I have never tried this skill, honestly. So let's see what they do to legendary aspects. Abandoned Energy. Chance to chain additional energy increased from 20 to 30% to 30 to 40%. All right, that's good for chain lightning, isn't it? Singed Extremities slow amount increased to 40 to 60%. That is big. That is a big slow. I wonder if that's gonna help. Chance to restore mana increased from 5 to 10 to 12 to 17% on Incendiary. Snow Guard damage reduction to 25%. This is big. Like, damage reduction is needed by the Sorks, especially for high-end nightmare dungeons. I feel like those are very, very difficult to survive. You get one-shotted by anything on 75 and higher, I would say, if you also want to be keeping some sort of damage. And then concentration, mana regeneration increased from 10 to 20% to 20 to 30%, right? Then finally, items, Flame Scar flat damage increased from 0.1 to 0.2 to 0.2 to 0.3. Which is the Flame Scar? I have all the legendaries. Probably I'm missing one of them. Staff of Lam Essen damage reduction reduced from 40 to 30% to 35 to 25%. So just a 5% reduction here in terms of the damage reduction. When it says reduce, is actually a buff, because you'll do more damage now because of this. If you're running this staff, but who's really running this staff? I mean, I think it's the fire build staff. So these patch notes overall, I think these are positives. Just warming us up for season 1. If they're gonna bring in big things for season 1, that's when the big changes are coming, with more and more stuff added. But these balance changes, I wonder what other people will say for the other classes. As I'm not really familiar with the other classes, I want to see other content creators views on them. This was the video, guys. What you think of the changes so far? Is it enough for this small patch that is 26 days after launch? Is it worth it for you guys to keep on playing? Let me know down below. Thank you all. I will see you in the next one. See ya.